Hey everybody, and welcome to an impromptu live. It's not Tuesday, but we're here. What's going off? So, interestingly, Laura, which a few of you may know from Laura's design studio, she came on the show about 4 months ago, I think it was, and she reached out to me. At that point, I think she was on 486 subscribers, and 4 months later, she's hit 1,000 subs, which is amazing. And she wanted to come back on the live to celebrate and do her giveaway. So let's welcome Laura. Let's give her a massive round of applause because getting to 1,000 subs is a big accomplishment. So, hey, Laura, well done. Woo! Feel the excitement in the audience? Are you excited?
I am. When I came on your show, I said I didn't care if I ever got monetized. That wasn't, for me, that wasn't it,
Yeah.
And Bondcrafter actually was the first one to realize that I was close.
Yeah.
They sent me an email and said, hey, we're willing to give you stuff for when you get monetized. And I was like, have they lost their minds? I'm not even close, And I went and looked and it was 980. And I was like, what happened?
Wow. Yeah.
I was shocked.
I think, do you know what it is? I think that's what we were talking before the show. And one of the things I love is the fact that smaller channels like yours come on the show as well as the bigger channels. And I think it gives us all eyes on new channels that we didn't know existed. And then we go and look at a few videos and go, actually, I like that. I'm going to keep watching that.
Yeah, I was shocked. And, I have to credit, you and the show for doing that. I also, Renee from Heart Creations by Renee, I think it was right after I was on your show, she sent me a video if Renee's in the chat, tell everybody who it is. She sent me a video from this girl that was like, this is how you should manage your YouTube and everything, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of just went, Renee, I don't have any interest in being monetized. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And then I did the video that was inspired by Nicole from Blue Elephant Gifts, which was a Gothic video.
Okay.
That Gothic video is now up to over 5,000 views.
Wow. That's amazing.
And
although we had Butch on, didn't we, the other week, and he does Gothic pieces as well. So right. Maybe there's something in that. Maybe I need to get my Gothic side out.
You need to get your dark side.
Get some mascara on, dress as a goth and try that.
Because that was like my hair's a disaster.
Well, Jeannie says it's beautiful, so Jeannie disagrees.
It has always been very thick and very long, and now it's...
I tell you what, I wish mine was longer. I'm starting to lose it there now. I'm getting old.
But so then I did go back, and Renee had sent me that video again.
Yeah.
And so I did go back and I looked at it and I was like, okay, whatever. I'll change a few things. So when I moved, the setup was changed. Everything was changed. And I was like, okay. And then things started taking off. And when Bondcrafter sent me that email, and I was like, what happened here? I don't know what happened.
It's amazing, though, We said when you came on the show, just keep going. That's all you've got to do. And again, I've had a bit of success this week, which I didn't expect. So one of my videos, which I don't think is one of my best videos, I said before the show, I even forgot to fast forward part of it. And it's just blown up. It's got like nearly 10,000 views in a week. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I have no clue. But I do have, these are the people that have agreed to give away stuff on this for this Celebration.
Wow.
Bond Crafter, which was, you guys know I work with Bond Crafter. And Bond Crafter is a funny one because they do support a lot of small channels. And I know that once they are able to ship to the UK, you guys will probably really like them. But what happened was I had been using Bond Crafter. Then Tim had that giveaway for the they gave him like 3 winners for their UV resin.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Won one of those, and Bond Crafter, after about a week, they actually reached out and asked how I liked the resin, and I was like, well, I've already been using your resin, your epoxy, so yeah, I really like your resin. And so it was about 3 days later, I have this big box on my front porch.
Okay.
And it was Bond Crafter, and it was a 3-gallon epoxy. They're 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It was their UV resin, another box of that. And what was the other one? Tabletop.
Okay.
And then it was like 3 weeks after that, I get another big box on my porch, and it's their deep pour resin.
Wow.
So
just 1 second, because I've had a question. I don't want to miss any questions. So Mitch 5930, Bond Crafter don't currently ship, I don't believe, to the UK or Europe. But if you're looking for a resin that does as well, obviously the sponsors of this show are Apex, and they're fantastic. So as well, I think Bond Crafter at the minute is just in the States.
Correct.
But as I say, we've got Apex as well for Europe and the UK. So again, from what I hear as well, they're both fantastic resins. So again, just so that's answered.
Yeah, Bond Crafter is, by the end of this year, they're supposed to be able to ship to the UK.
Okay.
They're in the process of setting up the proper warehouse for that.
There you go. So we've got Renee in now as well.
Yeah, Renee, list that video that you sent me about that one that tells you how to manage your YouTube thing. You know which one I'm talking about because you sent it to me twice.
Yeah.
I also have Eye Candy, which I had just started purchasing from.
Okay. And I've seen that on a couple of videos, actually, Eye Candy.
Yeah, Eye Candy, and Jeff reached out to me. I had emailed him. Like I said, I just started buying from him, and he won't ship to the UK, but I got the UK taken care of, don't worry. And okay. Or anybody outside the US, I should say. He gave me 2 sample sets and let me pick them. So what I picked for you guys is the Ghost set and the Pastel set, which I haven't seen a pastel set, so I thought it was interesting. And then I also got into resin. They are doing one, and of course they can ship anywhere. The other one that's giving me is Resin Molds Express, which can ship all over, and the winner of that one will get their August box. It's a subscription box. You can buy their stuff separately on their website. Ella is the owner. She's really cool, and she even said that if it happens to be a country that she can't ship to for some reason, she's going to give you guys the cash amount in your PayPal.
Cool. And again, if anybody's looking for, again, just give a shout out for those that can't get those products. If they're only in the US, there's a great company that I use called in the UK called Create and Bloom Crafts as well for pigments and things like that. So check them out as well for the UK.
Great too.
Yeah, there's so many. That's what I'm loving about resin though at the minute. I think because it's growing, there's a lot of businesses that are going, oh, I want a piece of the pie, and
Right.
they're getting into it. But a lot of those are really small businesses. It's like in the States as well. I know you've got Laura's Art Corner as well.
Mhm.
She's amazing as well, and it's just great to see that some creators are actually creating a little business out of it,
Yeah.
and doing what they love. And again, that's what my dream is long term. But we're a long way off that yet.
Yeah. So that those are the prizes. If somebody wins one of the ones that's over the pond that can't ship to you guys, I'm throwing in Amazon gift cards for those people.
Wow.
So
So you're not going to miss out wherever you are.
no,
That's interesting.
I will.
Renee's just put, Google says by 2033, resin business will triple.
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
think with all the eco resins and everything, because Bondcrafter came out with theirs, which is absolutely amazing. It's my favorite. It's made from gypsum, which is different than the other ones.
Yeah.
And it's really, really nice. Bondcrafter told me Hawaii, yeah, well, you guys will be covered.
Amy's just after a freebie, I think.
Yeah. But
Or
yes.
no, I've got to say on a live actually, because I always call her this in chat, and I told her I'll call her it on a live one day. So you're now going to get called Overlicious as well, Amy. So there you go.
There you go.
But there we go. But you know what? I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that you wanted to come back on the show as well to celebrate it. So thank you for that. It means we've got 2 lives this week, which is, it's keeping me busy, I can tell you. I've not even done any pause the last 2 days. So yeah, but it's great. You know, I think I can see this community growing every day. And I was saying to you before the show, one of the things I love to do you know, is in an evening, if I get 5 minutes, I'll just look at like when people came on the show, where they are now, and every channel has grown, every single channel.
Yeah.
And it just shows you, be consistent, keep posting, and you'll grow. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I was shocked because now I think I looked today. I think I'm actually at a 1,100 something.
Wow.
So,
well, apparently, once you get to your first 1,000, and I'll be honest, I can't remember, it was a while ago. But once you get to that first 1,000, because you've already got that back catalogue of videos, it accelerates that growth pattern. And we were just saying earlier, so you've got what I would call one of your main videos, which is your Gothic one. That should continually feed people into your channel.
yeah, that's the one. I did say it. You sent me that damn video, and then you pestered me, and I finally gave in.
I love how Americans say damn as well. In the UK, we're just damn. In the States, it's damn. And I think it's great how you get the twang on it.
And I don't have an accent because I'm from all over. So I live in Texas, but
how are you with the floods? I saw the news, and again, to anybody out there that's suffering with that, obviously, best wishes to you, and I hope everything's okay.
Up the road is a town called Georgetown,
right?
And they were evacuating everybody.
And was it just flash rain? Was it just more rain than you'd normally get?
We had rain for like the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And then it was Saturday, we had bad storms.
Yeah.
And that's when Georgetown started evacuating people. The river there is just, they have a picture of before, which the river was really low. And now the river is clear up over all of the streets and highways and stuff.
Wow.
So,
well, yeah, I hope everyone's okay that can be. And obviously, to the families that have lost people out there, just try and support each other out there, you know?
Yeah, there's a summer camp that was going on in that area. Yeah. And they just found 2 sisters holding hands dead
Yeah, it's
in the river.
horrific.
Yeah.
And I think
I can't
as
even.
much as we joke in the UK about the weather being atrocious in the UK all the time, we don't have any of these major disasters that other parts of the world suffer from. And it can be flash
Yeah.
flooding, it can be tornadoes, it can be volcanic eruptions, earthquakes. We don't get any of that. So actually, it's a blessing in some ways.
And here we don't usually get this much rain in Texas at all.
Yeah.
And so right now the death toll up in Georgetown area is 67. And
Wow.
as of, well, they found the 2 sisters, but so that means that there are still 11 missing children from that summer camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
And again, for your thoughts have to be with the parents. You know, I've got 2 girls myself, and if they were missing, I don't know what I'd do. I genuinely don't. And I think,
well, I said, as much as it sounds awful, if I was in that situation where, you know, my kids were now found dead, the 2 sisters, take me, because I couldn't do it.
You seen that from Renee? Yeah. I love how you, Laura, work so hard in putting your videos out and how you utilize the space and resources that you've got inspiring others. And she refers to them often. And I think that's amazing. But yeah, let's move back on to hopefully something a bit more cheerful, which is the fact that Laura's now got 1,000 subscribers, everyone. And let's get her to 2,000 over the next month, you know?
That would be amazing.
Who knows? Sky's the limit. What is your next target?
I said I didn't care if I was ever monetized, so I don't know what's next.
Is that your next target?
I don't know what's next.
So what watch hours are you on?
Hold on, and I'll tell you.
And if anyone doesn't know, that's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, there's 2 main requirements for monetization. One of them is 1,000 subscribers. And the other one is 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 365 days.
Hold on, my computer is...
well, give me 2 seconds and I can have a look. I can look for you if you want, if that's quicker.
Oh, no, I got that part up. My computer just wanted to update something, and I'm like,
oh, okay.
No. Watch hours to date is...
Dun, dun, dun.
5,233.
That's to date, though, isn't it? Yeah. You need to do in the last, because your channel's been going for over 4 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now check in the last 365 days.
That is the 365.
Okay, so you can monetize then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been monetized now for the last, well, when you were the one that got me over the
yeah, you were at 998, so I've got 2 other channels, so I logged in on both of them and subscribed quickly just to get you there.
Andy got me over that, and then I still needed 1,000 watch hours. Yeah. And the very next day I hit the 4,000.
That's amazing. Diane, no, it can't be you watching it again and again, because unfortunately what they do is they know when it's you watching and they take that off. But there are people in this community that will help you out if you're getting close. And I've known people just leave somebody's playlist on all day on the TV to help somebody get to that point.
There were a couple people in Discord who just left mine on play, and the next day I was at over 4,000. So,
which is amazing.
Yeah. But yes, let's. Should we get started on our?
You want to do your first giveaway? So, what is the first one? Announce what it's going to be, and then do that first one.
Let's see. Let's start off with Bondcrafter, since they were the first one. I got 3 for Bondcrafter, so we can do the first one.
Okay, now are we ready, everybody in the audience?
Are you ready? I have comment picker. And I already entered the video you guys were supposed to do. And we're going to start.
Yeah, should we say what the rules were? So the rules were you had to put hashtag 1000 celebrate, was it?
Yep. Awesome incidentals. 143. You're the first one.
Awesome incidentals. 143.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're in the chat, but that shouldn't matter.
Nope, should not matter at all. And I just need, when you guys sent, here's what I need you guys to email me. My email, you guys should know it, but it's in the videos. laurabemos@gmail.com. So just my name.
So congratulations, awesome incidentals, whoever you are.
I will need to know where you are at. So you guys need to send me your name, your address, your phone number, and your email.
Okay. Are we going to do all of these three first and then have a bit of a chat and then move on to the next one?
What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do all three right in a
I'd
row?
say-
Or do you want me to pick somebody else?
How about we do the 3 Bonecrafter ones? Then we can see if anyone's got any questions. Then we can go on to the eye candy ones.
You got it. Bonecrafter. Here we go. Number 2.
So winner number 2.
Winner number 2 is going to be only if I can make it work now. There you are. Come on.
It's CC UK Resin. No, I'm joking.
It could.
Could be.
Hang on. It kicked me out. I gotta go.
Hi, Frosty. Nice to see you. And for those of you that don't know, that are just joining in for this giveaway, we're doing we do these lives every week on a Tuesday where you get to meet a new creator. And tomorrow we've got Sandy coming on from Two Fat Birds Creative. Again, she needs your support to get her to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, the same as we did for Laura. So tune in every Tuesday, 8 o'clock UK time.
What is Sandy at right now?
I think it was about 300 or something last time I checked. Let me have a look. I can tell you. Sandy. Sandy is at 640 at the minute, subscribers. So she's not far off. Oh, there she is. She's in chat. Hi, Sandy. So she's on tomorrow. She's on 640 subs. Let's help her by going to her channel and subbing before tomorrow.
Number 2.
Here we go.
Start. Why aren't you starting?
Start, goddammit.
I'm about ready. Telling you guys, nothing is working for me today. Ask Andy how bad my day is, how bad my weekend.
You've had a blooming bad day.
I did. Here's number 2. We are Jen's Hobby Nook 5826.
Jen's Hobby Nook. What was the numbers?
5826.
There we go. That's winner number 2.
That is. So now, number 3.
And we're going to go for the 3rd one before we go to any questions in the chat. Who's it going to be? Could be you.
Let me know.
Oh, thank you, Frosty. I'm glad you find the videos good. And I hope you love the resin community because it's amazing.
Number 3 is...
The tension.
We know her. The
Who's
Dragon's Cave.
Oh, Karen over at the Dragon's Cave.
So
Now she's in Spain. Will they ship to Spain?
An Amazon gift card.
Okie doke. I'm sure she'll be happy. Well done, Firestarter, as we call her.
Yes. Which means I have another bond crafter to give away since.
Oh, it does. Do you want to do that now?
We can do it.
Let's go for the last bond crafter giveaway then. Come on.
The other two, I don't know where they're at, so we're going to have to figure that out, but I'll figure that out.
I see we've got Petty in from Petty's Home Art as well on Instagram. Hi, Petty. Who have we got?
Another UKer.
Is it? I can't see it.
Highland.
Oh, wow. She's going to be excited. Steph, how did you win? What's going on? Steph from Highland Homemade Crafts.
Yes. Who will also be getting an Amazon gift card.
Well done, Steph. I'm sure she'll be delighted. OMG coming in from Steph. So does that mean we've got to go again because they're Amazon vouchers?
Yep, we're going to go again.
Okay, let's see.
Yep. Jill MD9954.
Jill MMD.
Jill MD. JILLMD 9954.
Cool, congrats. So I'm guessing maybe she's a medical doctor with the initials MD.
Maybe.
Maybe. So
I
congratulations.
That's the
first 5 giveaways, really.
Yes. So next.
Hang on.
We're gonna do
Should we ask the audience before we go on to the eye candy? Should we ask the audience if they have any questions quickly before we go on to those?
Sure.
Any questions in the audience from Insta, from Facebook, from YouTube? Put them in chat.
From wherever.
We got 36 in this as well, which is amazing to say. It wasn't really planned that much.
No, this was not planned.
You guys keep me busy all the time. I got bullied into doing a live on Saturday night, and it ended up being like a 2-hour live.
Yeah, you were on Saturday. I just missed you, and then I watched the replay.
It was good for. Oh, Renee's saying, why did you start doing resin, Laura?
I've been doing resin since 2017, 18. I just in between took a break from it and went as a reseller. But the reason I started it, I was bored because that was when I had to leave my job and apply for disability. So I didn't know what to do with myself. I saw a video. Actually, I went to, can't remember if it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And I was wandering the aisles and I was like, I saw resin and I'm like, wonder what all that's about.
I think most of us start like that, and then you get hooked. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing. For me, it's like a science experiment and art mixed into one.
Yep. And I was, completely frustrated by it, which intrigued me. Because by all means, let's not have anything that I can control.
That's what makes it fun, though. When things go wrong and you demold, it's like, whoa, what is that?
That's why I stuck with it. And then I was like, great.
And when you came on the live, we talked about mental health as well. And I think resin is so important for that, or any kind of craft, because you can switch off the rest of the world for an hour or so whilst you do that project. Nothing else matters. Your bills don't matter. Your arguments don't matter. Nothing. Just leave it at the door. Focus on your craft for an hour. And it's a massive help with mental health. So, again, that's why it's brilliant. Dawn's asking, what do you find the most challenging in your resin journey?
Well, at the moment, it's this damn bloom.
We were talking about this before the show, weren't we?
Yeah, here's what happened. I have been doing Slay a Tray with the other ladies for the last, I think this will be my third with them. And the first two, I have no problem whatsoever. You know, I can figure out how to do those. Then after last week, Beverly texted me about the next one was a bloom.
Okay.
Which we have problems because I've never attempted a bloom ever, ever, ever. And for whatever reason, now it wasn't just a bloom, it's a bloom with a bee in it. And let's just say that I'm on attempt number 5, and the one that I have over there, I was an idiot. I thought it was cured enough I could put it back on it. It was the one that looked so promising. I was like, oh, it's actually blooming. And then, well, no, I put it back on it too quick, and it just started hemorrhaging all over the place. And so now I've got to try and recreate it again.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy about my life right now.
You'll be fine. You get to do it all over again.
Well, instantly when I sent her the thing that said, sure, I'm up for the challenge, I hit send and I regretted my life immediately.
I wouldn't regret your life. Maybe just that one paw. Have you turned your volume up as well? It's just got a bit echoey, Laura.
You got echoey?
Oh, stop now. I don't know what it was, but it stopped. So just going back to some questions, because I haven't done them in order, everyone. I've just been told off by Lisa. So apologies, everybody. I've missed a couple of questions. So Lisa, you're back in charge to send me those questions through. So Rachel asked, in fact, no, we've done Michelle's. In fact, no, we haven't. What do you love most about resin from Michelle?
The fact I can't control it, and it irritates me.
I love it when you have so many failures and then you finally get it right. It's like, hallelujah, I've been trying this. And it's like Renee's bloom that I just did. That took 4 attempts, but finally it turned out perfect in the end. So just keep trying. Rachel's asking if you have a favorite technique.
Not a bloom. That's the only answer I have right now. Not a bloom. Mm-mm.
Okay. So what is your favorite?
It's not necessarily technique, but I like practical items. So, you know, the characters are cute and all that, but I would rather do practical stuff like trays, like, you know, trinket boxes, stuff like that. That's
something with a use as well as being art.
right. And that's you know, that, so I don't care about the technique except for a bloom right now. I'm really upset with myself.
But whilst we're on the topic of blooms, just so everyone knows, I don't know if you caught last week's live with the 2 Petras, but they put out a post now to say that everybody's welcome in that collab, where they've challenged me to do a bloom. They're both going to do a bloom. Has to be in those set colours. They've put a post out as well, so make sure you check it out, and then obviously everybody can get involved in that. I can't remember the colours, but I know there was green, red, I think, was it white and blue? I think they were the 4 colours. I can't remember.
Red, white, blue. If you guys hear a cat, it's...
Hello.
Meow. This is Spike, and he's meowing because it's time for the T word, and he's not getting it, and I can't say the T word, otherwise he will go ape shit crazy.
I've just missed another question. So Jeannie, sorry, I forgot to read out your question as well. This is how bad I'm getting in not doing them in order. Sorry, Lisa. How sturdy do you find Bondcrafter? She was asking.
Bondcrafter is incredible. I mean, I don't get bubbles with it. There are a couple things. I hand mix most of my stuff. I have 2 mixers, but that lets resin that you have to press the button every 40 seconds, that mixer irritates the hell out of me because I have to press the button every 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So then Renee actually sent me the mini one, which you can do, and I forgot to charge it, so I didn't charge it.
I did that the other night on the live. I forgot to charge my Resonance mixer, and it was going.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What's that sound?" I was like, "It's me. I've not charged it properly."
Yeah. And so, yeah, but so I mix a lot of my stuff by hand. I have a bubble remover, which I got through the Vine program to test for as a review.
Yeah.
It works. I like it, but I don't find myself using it because I don't have the problems with bubbles with Bondcrafter at all. And so I mix everything by hand. I don't use a bubble remover. The only thing that I use is a heat mat. So with Bondcrafter, I can get, it's a regular epoxy, so 24-hour cure time. I put it on my heat mat for 2 hours and I'm done, which is really nice. And the casting powder that came out with, just so you guys know, Bondcrafter this year is coming out with 20 new products, and they're going to be able to ship to the UK before the end of this year. So they when I first started working with them, they had asked me what I wanted to see. I asked them for a black resin, which they've now done. I've asked them for a casting powder, which they've now done. I asked them for a beginner's kit, which has not come out yet. They did one for their UV, but not for regular epoxy.
Okay.
And what else did I ask them for?
$1 million.
I asked them for polyurethane.
Okay.
Which they haven't done yet, but
so we've got a couple more questions. So let's go into those. Then I think we should do your next giveaway, which is the eye candy ones.
We'll do eye
and
candy.
Then we can go to more questions and then do the last part of the giveaway, hopefully. So Dawn says, if you could give advice to a newbie, what would it be?
Just start. Just start. I would say, and I don't know because I never started with UV resin, so I don't do a lot of UV resin. As a matter of fact, I just put out a video with UV resin doing pendants. I am not I'm not a big UV person, but I think for most people they start out with UV, I think.
Yeah.
And but don't be afraid of epoxy. And it's different if you're allergic to it and all that, I'm not. I do.
Jeannie's just said, actually, do you know her question about is Bondcrafter sturdy? I think she was referring to the casting powder, not the resin.
Oh, the casting powder. Yes, it's very sturdy. I find it to be harder than Resincrete, which is the only one I had used prior to that. And then if you do the trick that, Andy came up with that we've all done since with combining it with your resin, your regular resin, which Andy did it with deep pour. We've now done it with regular 1-to-1, and Marva did it with the Promise 1 hour.
Okay.
And it's worked. Now, sorry, Promise, but I'm not a fan. Sorry.
Everyone's entitled to their own choice. And again, if you're in the UK and you don't get those products, it also works very well with from Apex. You get their Eco Pore powder, which is amazing, and their resins. You can mix it with those, and it comes out with it's almost like a ceramic effect. I find it's a bit like a tile.
I think it's even harder than ceramic because the one I did, I dropped it on a tile floor, and it did not break at all.
That was just for Amy, by the way. Apparently, I need to do a queen or a king's wave. So, right. Let me just make sure I've not missed any of the questions yet. So, Stormy's asking if you tried Larimer.
No, I have
don't.
I've
just don't do it.
Too many times on, and I think Tim also has failed.
I'll get it. I'll get it on the next go. I promise you, because I've got a couple of new resins to try from Apex. I'm going to try it with each resin and see which one gives me the best effect.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. But I think that's the question so far. So we're going to go to the next giveaway. And if you've got any more questions, put them in chat and we'll come back to those afterwards.
Okay, so we're going to do Ad Candy. Sorry, US, but like I said, I'll take care of my... and they let me pick 2 sample sets. Well, they told me I could pick whatever I wanted, but I picked out 2 sample sets for you guys.
So you missed out there. You should have just said one of everything, Laura.
I know, right? I don't know that Jeff would have let me do that, but you know. Jeff is a super guy. We've been emailing back and forth, and you know, Candy is, I think it's another small business. So, but so I picked out, we'll do first the ghost pigments, because that's the one set, the sample of ghosts. That's the one that I picked out, one of the ones I picked out for you guys.
Okay.
So here we go.
Here we go for those ghost pigments. Who's going to win?
Spring Strong -C4B.
C4B. Okay, congratulations, Spring Strong C4B. You've won those ghost pigment powders from Eye Candy.
Yep. And
amazing.
Now, the next one that I picked for you guys was the pastel set, because I've never seen pastels.
I make pastels sometimes.
So that's the next one that we're doing. And
who's gonna win? The pastels.
Pastels, we're going.
It's going. It's picking. Hi, Angelina.
Heart Creations by Renee.
Hey, we know who that is. Congrats, Renee. Let's hope you enjoy those pastels.
Renee, have you tried the pastels? I want to know, because I haven't seen anybody use the pastel set.
There you go. She's excited.
So
congrats.
Did you ever order those? Okay, that takes care of Eye Candy.
I hope everything goes well with that, Paula. Hope your grandson arrives okay. Exciting times to be a grandma.
Yeah, I've got my 4 granddaughters here.
Have you?
They're like the whole month.
They should be on the live, jumping all around in the background.
I told them that they had to play quietly while Grandma was on her live.
Oh, bless.
I've seen a couple go by my room here.
Yeah, just like this. What's that English voice coming from Grandma's room?
Exactly.
Oh, dear. So, should we do the next one?
Next one is going to be the Into Resin one.
Oh, big one, guys. The Into Resin one. Woo! Who's excited?
into resin, and the thing that I picked was their snail, the handmade snail.
I've not got that one.
I thought he was cute.
Love into resin molds though. They're amazing.
So here we go. Start.
If you don't know as well, get on the website because they're doing an offer on their handmade molds where you can get a mystery bag. I think it's $40 for 5 handmade molds.
Renee
again. Fixed. I'm joking. You can't fix it. It's been picked by
it's not been fixed.
a comment picker. So Renee's got that as well.
Yep.
Congrats again, Renee.
And we have one last prize.
The last one.
And this is Resin Molds Express. If you guys don't know them, they are subscriptions. The lady who owns it, her name is Ella. She's really great. I've done 2 box openings.
Hold your fingers that way round. We'll get some haters. You've got to hold them that way, not the other way.
And you're going to get the August box when it comes out. And if she ships to almost every country, but if somebody wins that is not in a country she ships to, you will get the amount in your PayPal account.
Okie doke. So wherever you are in the world, you can win a prize on this one. And it's the last one. So before we do it, everybody stick in comments. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers to Laura. That's why she's doing this giveaway. And it is an amazing achievement to get monetized. Only 5%, I believe, of all YouTube channels ever get to monetization. That's how much of a challenge it is. So well done. Everybody else is clapping, but you just can't hear it. Here we go. The last one. Who's it going to be? Oh!
Yeah.
It's me! Come on! Woo! You couldn't have written that. That is absolutely amazing.
It is Andy.
It's me.
Yeah, so he will ship you the August box.
I'm excited. I'll be honest with you, I've not even heard of them yet. So again, it's a new product for me to look at.
It's she does monthly subscriptions. I belong to her subscription box, but you can buy all of the molds separately on her website.
You might get a new customer out of me. That's the only problem. I've got enough molds.
And the whole thing buying less molds all of a sudden because I know I have her box coming, and you get 5 to 8 molds every month.
Hang on. Hang on 1 minute. Can you redo that one?
I can.
As much as I'm excited, for me, this is all about community. And I want to show you guys something. This is how many molds I haven't used yet from Temu. So that's going to keep me going for a little while, guys. So as much as I would love to try their molds out, for me, this is all about community. And I want it to be redrawn. I think it was amazing that I was picked. And thank you. And I'll probably try them out at some point. But I want this to go to somebody that really needs it.
Share with me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to redo.
We're going to redo that. And as much as it was amazing and I'd love to have them, I'm going to redo them so that somebody else gets them.
And we have...
And if they want to send me a box anyway, then that's fine. But this is for somebody else.
Malzani.
Who's it?
MALLOZZI 6482.
Who is it? Natalie, did you say?
Natalie.
Okay, so it's Natalie Missouri. Is it Missouri?
Missouri. MALLOZZI.
I've seen Natalie on a few comments actually. So congrats, Natalie.
So, Natalie, you are the one who gets the Resin Molds Express.
Amazing. So hopefully you can enjoy them. Hopefully you'll do a video on them so we all get to see them as well. Because again, there she is. Hello. So there you go. You nearly didn't win, but now you have. So I hope you enjoy them. You know, that's what it's all about for me, is passing it on to somebody that potentially would never have experienced those. And again, I've got so many molds to play with for the next 6 months. And I've got 3 of those mystery bags coming from InterResin. So that's another 15 molds. So I would rather it goes to somebody that hopefully will really appreciate them.
Yeah, I thought last month's was amazing, but the July one, whimsical characters, oh my Lord. I have a new frog mold, which you guys will see this week. There was a vase, an elephant truck vase in there.
Just want to say to Lisa as well in chat, thank you for being here. She's on holiday at the minute, but she still jumped on to help me mod this. But she's going to go off now to enjoy the rest of her holiday. So you're just stuck with me and Laura. So if I don't do questions in order, shout at me.
Shout.
But yeah, that has been amazing. And you know what? What's been more amazing is to see you more than double your subscribers in the last 4 months. And you know what? I think on the videos, I think you're becoming more confident in your art as well, which is great to see.
I don't know. I do what I like. Like, I'm not into the whole glitter. You guys know I don't use glitter.
I am now. I didn't used to be, but I love glitter now because glitter's life, you know.
For me, glitter is the devil's spawn.
It is when you spill it all over your workspace.
And then I don't really do, you know, the whole rhinestone and all that. I'm just not. I like.
But that's the thing.
I'm not.
It's your art. Do it your way. You know, that's the beauty of it. You do what you enjoy, and in resin, there's something for all of us to enjoy. You know.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm going to give you guys a 5-minute warning in chat because they're approaching that hour, and this was an impromptu live just to celebrate. But don't forget, tomorrow we've got Sandy on from Two Fat Birds Creative as well. Same time, 8 p.m. UK time. There won't be loads of giveaways tomorrow, though, so don't get too excited. But we will get to meet, hopefully, Sandy, and I think it'll be her first time on a live, and it'll be the first time we've all got to meet her, so I'm excited for that. And I'm excited that everybody's here, you know. I love how these are growing. I love how the whole community's growing, and we're all supporting each other. It's amazing.
Definitely. And make sure you guys send me to my email.
Yeah, remind them what they need to send you, Laura.
Name, address, email. I will have that if you send it to me, and phone number, so that I can get you guys all taken care of.
Oh, Lisa's staying for the last 5 minutes. She didn't want to miss out now.
If for some reason I don't get contacted, let's say the next week, I'll give everybody 7 days to contact me, because I know there were some that weren't in the chat.
Yeah. I would just do a community post as well, and then just put the winners and put, you've got 7 days to email me, otherwise I'll repick somebody or something like that.
Yes, and so make sure you get your information to me, and then whoever doesn't contact me, we will be back.
And again, whilst you're here, Laura, as well, I just want to say, from my point of view as well, thank you, because you've been a massive help to this show as well, these lives, getting people interested in coming on, and I really appreciate that, because unfortunately I work full-time as well, and there's just not enough hours in the day, so I wouldn't be able to do it without your help either. So massive thank you for that as well whilst you're here.
No problem. And you guys, I have some people coming up that some of you probably have never heard of. Red City Designs, Mary, she's amazing. Tammy from Epoxy Me That.
Laura from Laura's Art Corner as well is going to be on.
Laura's Art Corner, yeah, you got that one. And I
It's
don't
not a
know. Oh,
competition.
who else?
Was it We Resin Texas, Tina?
Yeah, We Resin Texas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And she's a new
again,
champ.
and if you're watching this back and you've got a channel and you want to come on a live, it's not that scary. We do them every Tuesday. Send me an email, you know. We're booked up until September, but we want to fully book for the rest of the year. The plan is then next year.
And I told Andy I'd get back on it. We're going to fill out the rest of this year.
Yeah, and next year,
email from me. That's what it's for.
Next year, we're going to have to do 2 lives a week. Do you know why? Because not only are we going to introduce you to a new artist every week, but we're going to get those same artists on that we've had on a year later to see where their channels are. And I think that is going to be amazing. There's going to be celebrations and giveaways everywhere, I think, when we start doing that.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, I encourage you. I know there's a couple on my list of giveaways here that we're not, you know, that don't ship to the UK. But like I said, Bond Crafter will by the end of this year. And most of you know Into Resin already. And I think Resin Molds Express will be new for a lot of people because they are a new company.
Well, do you know what? I'm probably going to have to do some big giveaways myself soon. Because let me just check my numbers. I'm at 9,190. So I need to reach out to some different resin companies. Obviously, I'm sure Apex will do some form of giveaway because they work with the channel quite a lot. Again, I work with Resiners quite a bit. I'm sure they'll do some form of giveaway. Let's Resin might, I don't know, but I think I'm going to have to arrange a pretty big giveaway for the 10K. And that's going to be an amazing live as well. So I'm going to do a special live for that as well. Hi, Kerry. But yeah, it's I can't believe it. And you know what? It's we were talking before the show, and I've had my first video pop off, and it makes you feel validated. And you think, there's a reason I'm doing all this. This is why. If I can get 1 or 2 videos to do that, it just keeps growing, you know?
Yeah, because that's how I felt when I hit 5,000 views on my very first Gothic video. I was like, what?
But it's amazing, you know, this. And the great thing is the community is getting bigger every year because more people are getting watching YouTube, essentially. So yes, it's more competitive than ever before because every school kid growing up wants to be a YouTube creator. Let's be honest. My girls want to. And it's funny, I watch my 6-year-old doing practice videos and she's like, hey guys, you got to watch me. You got to subscribe. And I'm like, you're British, so you don't need to talk American on YouTube. It's okay. But it's hilarious to watch. But the great thing about that is it shows you all of those generations coming through as they get older. There's more people watching YouTube than there is the rest of the streaming services in the world. So we can all grow. There is so many of us that can grow out there. And just be you. Just do you. Have fun and try it. You know, you never know where it's going to take you.
No, you don't. And, you know, it's been my channel has gone back and forth because I started in resin. Then I went to being a full-time reseller.
Yeah.
And then I decided I was going to go forget reselling. I was done with that.
You didn't like the community, if memory serves correct.
No, I did not. And then I went to paper crafting, which I still do some of. And then I was like, I really love resin. Even my son was like, Mom, you really like resin. Why don't you go back to resin? And I said, I don't have the space, you know, the money, you know. Before, when I was in resin, I had a husband who worked, and you know, it was easier for me to get stuff. And then, you know, I was like, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to resin, but I'm only going to do UV resin and do small projects. That lasted about a week, and I was ordering. Because I'm not a UV resin person. I can do it. I have it on hand at all times, but I
I love
started
mixing UV with normal resin and doing different techniques like that. So, but again, everybody prefers different things. That's the beauty of it. We haven't all got to like blooms. We haven't all got to like jewelry. We haven't all got to like characters. We haven't all got to. You can even get Star Wars molds now. You can get a mold of whatever you want, and then be creative with it. Think about different things you can do with one mold. If you get one mold and it's a standard circle, you could probably make 30, 40, 50 different pieces. It's exciting.
Yeah, because I don't have a lot of, I have more small molds, character molds than anything at the moment.
Yeah.
But right now I started making candles. And so that's where the eco resin came in, and I really love the eco resin and the way that, because I have done a lot of craft shows. So I'm pretty experienced. My kids grew up doing craft shows with me. And when I was doing resin and previously when I was doing craft shows, a lot of times they think it's glass and then they pick it up and immediately they equate it to plastic.
Yeah.
And it's lightweight. I find that people like that, there are people that just don't want to pay for that type of product. But you give them an eco resin, which feels like ceramic or pottery or something.
Yeah.
And you can, that's fine. So it's
Depends. It depends. And I think you're better off. Do you know, if you're doing a craft show, have half and half, so you've got something
definitely
for everyone.
Yeah, my last craft show, I had I had resin and I had some eco resin, and they sold equally, really.
Yeah.
But there are those people who, just anyone who hasn't reached out to InterResin needs to. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. I've spoken to them a few times as well, and do you know what? Their molds are amazing as well. So I haven't had a single bad mold from InterResin. So
Nope.
Shout out to them. I think it's Anne I speak to over there. She's amazing. And they're brilliant quality molds. And I've been buying them probably on and off for the last 8 months. And even that first one I bought, where I've probably poured about 100 times, it's as good as new. And that's the difference between, let's be honest, we haven't all got the money to buy those molds all the time. None of us have. So that's where, for me, Temu molds come in, because they're cheap and cheerful. You'll probably get 10, 20 pours out of one. No problem. But if you want quality, that's where you've got to pay a little bit more.
The very first mold that Spike is now invading everything.
He wants to be on TV.
Well, you don't understand. This cat loves to do videos.
Yeah.
You'll see some videos of him on my channel. There's one where he's eating Oreo cookies. There's one where he eats peppermints, hard candy. There's one where he eats chips. He'll eat whatever I give him.
Yeah.
And he loves to be on camera, so he thinks that the camera is his.
No, he wants to be famous. He wants his own channel.
Well, he has been on a calendar. So
Spike TV, although I think there is a channel called Spike TV in the States.
I think there is, yes. But yeah, he actually got picked to be on a calendar. So he does think that he's the diva calendar model.
Yeah. I've not done modeling since I was in the Boots baby catalogue when I was a baby. So I think I'm too old for it now.
He's part Maine Coon.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
So you can, excuse me, mister.
But we've approached the end, guys, I'm afraid. It's been amazing. It's been amazing getting to see you all. It's been amazing seeing you again, Laura, and I'm glad that you settled into your new place as well, which is good. Hopefully you don't get as much noise as the last place.
No.
You'll start missing it, though.
I don't think so. Although we do have a herd of elephants that live above us.
Right, upstairs.
I
Yeah.
swear my son says they're like the smallest people and they walk like a herd of elephants.
Stomp. But no, it's been brilliant having you on again. And we'll obviously have you on again at some point next year when it's been a year since you've been on. So that's probably only another 8 months away.
Renee, they're all here. I got all four. They're all four here. We're not going to the pool today because we're still under a flood advisory.
Yeah.
Flood, rain. That was the little one.
Oh, bless.
That's Briella. She's my youngest.
Briella was that?
You are my youngest grandchild. Really?
Hey, Marva. Nice of you to join us. Hey, Briella. Hi from England.
And this is Serena. She's my oldest one.
Is she the teenage witch? Hello.
Oh, and then here comes Haley.
Oh, we've got Haley coming on camera as well.
Haley is
Hello.
the third one in line.
Wow.
And then
What do you all think to Grandma? Is she great or what?
Here comes Ellie. Ellie is my second oldest.
Hello. There we go. We've met the whole family.
Met them all.
But no, that's been amazing. But no, don't forget, everybody, this is just the start for Laura's channel. So she's hit 1,000 subs. We need to get it to 2,000. So if you're not already subbed to Laura, make sure you go to her channel. Make sure you subscribe. And if you can, subscribe to this one as well. We all keep growing together. Look at the Q&A playlist and follow everyone.
Briella just came in and asked if she could have blueberries. Sure.
Being a grandma's better than being a mum, apparently.
Yeah, they're good kids. I couldn't ask for better grandkids. They're really good. They're all do very, very well in school. My oldest one is doing early college. So she's just now going into high school, but she's doing early college.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously they're all going to have their own resin YouTube channels in a few years.
They're all going to have some kind of channel, I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
The youngest and the second to the youngest, that will probably be, and all three, the three littler ones, they're all into dance and, Serena's doing dance this year. Okay, now all of them are in dance.
Wow. I'll have to teach them a few moves on one of the lives.
You're doing hip hop this year? Oh, Briella does hip hop. She's doing hip hop again this year.
I pretend to do hip hop. Do you know when I've had a few too many drinks? That never ends up well. The next day I get bruises everywhere. It's terrible. But there we go. But no, it's been brilliant. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you put something in comments. Share it all around. And I'll see you all again, same time tomorrow, where we get to meet Sandy from Two Fat Birds Creatives. And it's going to be amazing. So we'll see you all soon. Thanks again, Laura. Nice to meet the family. And I'll see you all on the next one.
Bye.